They're overexploited. They're overexploited.
Good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Friday edition right here of the Lall Show, right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. As usual, my name is Josh Van Slackman. I'll be a moderator for this evening. This evening, it's Friday, and you know what we normally do on a Friday. We keep it short, simple, but of course, we engage you with your telephone calls and your message. This evening, Mr. Lall has promised a very short presentation, and after which we will engage with you. We will gaff with you this Friday evening as much as we can on the Lall Show. So without further ado, I'll hand things over to Mr. Lall. Mr. Lall, good evening to you and happy Friday.
Good evening to you. Good evening to everybody, Josh. And as usual, as you say, your name is Joshua Van Slackman. My name is Lall. As usual. You like that, right?
Yeah.
Joshua, I had a busy 2 week.
I know.
2 days.
I can tell.
Too hectic. Too hectic. I just want a companion this evening. I want friendship. I want friends to discuss, to chat. Let's talk. A lot is going on in this country, and it has my head spinning. It has also some of my employees' heads spinning. It's too much what's happening in this land. So I'm going to give you guys a chance to let's have this frank discussion. So namaste to all of you, wherever you're listening from. Let me say namaste. I like to share 2 quick quotes with all of you for you to ponder on them. The first one is, leadership is lifting a person's vision to high heights and raising of a person's performance to a higher standard. The building of a personality beyond its normal limitations. Very nice. And the second one, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, concerned citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has happened in the world today. Yes, a small group of people can change, bring about change. They have been the people who brought about change in the entire universe. I had a packed 2 days, like I said, and this morning I got up and we had some chairs. I had 50 chairs that I brought and placed in front of the Kaieteur News today, and on each empty chair we had the wordings, change, Exxon contract now. That contract has to be changed. If it doesn't change, you don't have a life and we don't have a Guyana. It's like I said, I was extremely busy. I just couldn't wrap my head around to give you guys enough for tonight. And I didn't want to cancel tonight's issue. So I'll use the extra time for us to have this frank and ongoing discussion on some of the issues that I would have touched on from time to time, especially in the oil industry. We are not being taken for a ride in this country, brothers and sisters. We are being slaughtered. I went to a 2-hour consultation today with ExxonMobil and the Environmental Protection Agency. Not too long ago, just now from 3 o'clock, a matter of fact from 2:30 to 5 p.m. And what transpired there, you must hear about it. I have to put it all together to let you guys know on Monday night. So please, if you haven't listened for the whole month, listen to Monday night coming. Guys, one full week has gone since the Natural Resources Minister, Vikram Bharat, promised to put out a statement as to the pricing they sell out of India our oil for. And he hasn't sent out any statement on that as yet. Is that the transparency they're talking about? Is this how our leaders will continue to operate in this destructive and disrespectful way to all of us? Guys, we need leaders that will look out for us, not bleeders that will exploit us and sell us out for a few pennies on the dollars. If they do that, trust me, crime is on the rampage. I deal with it every day in the newspapers. And many of you who are sitting down in your homes, who are not traveling, who are not moving about, does not understand what is playing out. We are living in a crime-infected country. You know, today I had to get the police involved. The night before, a good friend of mine, a foreigner, went to Stabrook Market about 6:30 in the evening. That would have been Wednesday evening. And the guys just sent an email and says, Glenn, I got robbed. And he was such in a shock. The words he spelled out, I don't know how it came out, but it came out in the email. He said he went to get some greens to cook, and he was snatched, and every single thing was taken away from him. He's traumatized. He can't get it over with until now. I asked him, I met him 2 hours ago, and I said, come, I need to talk with you. And I brought him here on this radio with me. And I'm going to ask him to tell you guys how he feels as a foreigner about Guyana and what treatment he was given by our own brothers and sisters. 3 of them. Sir, please put on that mic, and please tell Guyana when you left me Wednesday afternoon, where you went and what happened.
All right, so from Kaieteur News building, I went to Stabrook Market to get myself some greens, some vegetables.
Good.
So while I was there on the street, beside the vegetable stalls, 3 men grabbed me from behind and then started choking me. And then the 2 other men were running through my pockets, and they just got everything. So
no, but you told me that a tall one vice your neck,
yes,
and lift you off the ground.
Yes, that is correct. And I was having trouble breathing. I can't even see clearly because the oxygenation going through my brain isn't enough, so I can't think clearly.
You couldn't think clearly.
Yeah. And no one helped, but I understand them because they're also afraid of what is happening.
People saw what happened?
Yeah.
And did nothing?
And they did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You said one woman that was selling greens.
Yeah.
She saw everything. And she couldn't, she was just as helpless as you.
Yeah.
Wow.
She is, yeah.
And how you felt about that issue?
Well, I know that crimes like thieving are it happens in all countries, but in Guyana, I think it's a little bit higher in terms of rate. So I just want to say to people out there to just be careful and look out for yourself, you know.
What impact that has on you from Wednesday night to now? Tell us a little how you feel. You have traveled a bit. You have traveled a lot because we would have chat. You have never experienced something like this before.
I have never.
Never. Yes, you said that. Now, what impact it has on you? Did you sleep Wednesday night?
I slept like 4 in the morning because.
What was going through your mind?
Yeah, I was afraid, and I had to make sure that the doors and my windows are locked, even though I live in a gated community. But I was anxious, you know, and this morning, whenever someone will be behind me, I'm like hyper vigilant.
Yes, you're keeping your eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know, I had the change of perspective that even though we have positive regards to people, I mean, we should always think that some people in some circumstances could harm us, you know, could harm us. So, yeah.
So you have to always keep your head on.
That is correct.
You have to keep your head on and your eyes at the back,
So
at the front, at the side.
Yes.
Right? Always. I am so sorry for you, my friend. You know, he came today. He tried to trace his phone. His phone was in a house in Durban Street. The police went there, and nobody was home. But we're going to still try to get back that phone because it's traceable. But his few dollars in his pocket, and he's now working with ExxonMobil or any oil company or the government. So I'll keep that, I'll let you know that clear off. But he has suffered. And when you listen to him speak on a one-on-one, you realized how much an effect that little robbery impacted his soul. He was literally in tears trying to relay his experience. And this is what is happening in this country, guys, every minute of the day. Many of these crimes are not being reported. Right now, all the maids and the helpers in the Nandi Park, Republic Park, Continental Park neighborhood where I live, this morning, the ladies are ganging up and they're using one entrance to come through as a bulk, in a group, just for not being robbed or taken advantage of. This is weird, and this is happening all over. Like I said, nobody reporting these issues. So the police does not have a statistic as to what's playing out. And they are quick to put out statement, no, crime is going down. No, guys, don't do that. Don't buy that. It is dangerous out there. And this is the oil-rich country that we are talking about. I wish you guys could have been there today at the consultation forum. The EPA and ExxonMobil is having another, they are continuing this consultation process tomorrow. Joshua, I think it's in Diamond. Could you check the newspaper? Because I want to tell them. You people in Diamond Grove neighborhood on the East Bank, they are having it. I'm going to tell you the time. You need to go there. You need to voice your concern because this gas to shore project is not an easy thing. It's not a simple thing. This has deadly effects on our future. So you guys need to go there and raise your concerns. Tomorrow at Joshua, check the time for me. It's in the Kaieteur News. Or you will listen to the Kaieteur Radio. We have been announcing
it's on Monday, July 12th.
Monday, July 12th?
Yeah.
Okay.
At 5:30 at the Diamond Primary School.
5:30 p.m. at the Diamond Primary School or Secondary School? Primary. Good. You guys remember Wednesday I talked about a big ball of fire that erupted from a ruptured gas pipeline in the Gulf of Mexico. Josh, you remember that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Yes. And the cost to fix that is still unknown. It is very, very costly. There was something, Josh, much more alarming or evil that took place right there in the Gulf of Mexico. But I kept it silent on Wednesday. I deliberately kept it out because I didn't want to confuse you guys with too much information at one time. This story is huge. So I wanted enough time to expand on it because it means a lot for Guyana, our pockets, our treasury, our future is big money. Evil tricks, let me repeat, is big money. Evil tricks oil companies pull on nations that leaves them in a very nasty and costly debt trap. Debt trap, as in you go to the bank and take a debt. You owe the bank, not debt. In billions of American dollars. What I'm about to reveal will give you guys a full picture, a full understanding of how evil oil people are. Let you know the length, the depth they would go to take advantage of all of us, to get every single thing from us for next to nothing, leaving you vulnerable. Yes, oil people are like vultures. They will come to grab up as quickly as possible and go. Then they leave you with scavengers to clean up and take care of the mess, what you were supposed to take care of. Now let me explain what I did. ExxonMobil and Hess Corporation had owned some of the oil wells in the US in the same Gulf of Mexico back in 2013. Let me repeat. The same ExxonMobil and Hess Corporation had owned some oil wells in 2013 in the United States. After they extracted most of the oil from the basins, guess what they do? They sell those oil basins to small oil companies and they moved on to new ones. Them don't have time to pump little drainings. Them business is fast and nasty. Let's get it out and go. Once the oil is coming up too slow, it means the basin is becoming empty. To the end, it finish. It's not profitable for big companies like them. So what they do, they catch a small oil company and sell them the little oil left in the basin. Yes, the small oil companies now, after taking out the little oil, is left with a cleanup cost, which is more than they can handle. You follow? Yeah. Yes. So they file. So when that happens, when you got to clean up and you don't got money, you file bankruptcy and hope that the government step in and stand the costs for the cleanup. Yeah. While Exxon and Hess walk away scotch-free. Yeah. This is where Lall come in to break up this thing very simple for y'all. I'm going to make it simple. Exxon and Hess did that to the United States and a small company. That's what it did. It's like Lall, James. Lall allowed Jack Dale to pick mangoes from his mango field, starting with the first 2 mango trees. Jack Dale know he has to pay for the cleanup after he done pick the mangoes from the tree. Not correct? He know you have to do that. He didn't want to pay for the cleanup because it's a lot of money. So what he do? The few mangoes left on the trees, he sell it to Harmon and catch a small piece for Harmon. So Harmon left with a huge cleanup cost. Yeah. Of course, Harmon will make a few penny because the mango left on the tree. You understand? But he didn't cater for the big cleanup or the cleanup. You understand? So what Harmon do? Harmon go file a court document and tell the judge he run bankrupt. And he can't pay for that thing. And he want the government to pay for it. While Jack Day walk away. Guess what the judge do? The judge said, Can bring Jack Day into it here. And said, Jack Day, you got to help clean up that thing here. Guess what Jack Day do? Jack Day said, no. No. I ain't paying on. I appealing that thing. You understand? So, you see how nasty, how conniving, how deceitful these guys can be? That is exactly what happened with Exxon Mobil and Hess. When the court ordered that they pitch in and help to clean up the mess, the people said, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We want to appeal that matter. Yeah. So they plan to appeal the judge's decision because they don't want to pay anything. Guys, just take note of who we are dealing with in this land, please. We are dealing with scavengers who are here to take you out and take everything away from you. And remember, if they can do that to their own people, yes, their own country, just think what they are going to do to us. Man, we might got to go to the Creator for get a fair trial. And we got the Vice President Jack Deo, who telling us Exxon gonna pay the bill if a disaster happen out there. You guys following me, Joshua? You're sleeping with me. The cleanup cost is not a disaster, but it can become a disaster if them wells are abandoned without properly capping them off. You know what a disaster we can end up in if that thing is not properly capped? And that money they don't want to pay. Imagine that's not even a disaster. And that money they don't want to pay. Imagine if you get a disaster without insurance. Kevin, you got a disaster without insurance. I, Glenn Lall, just have to say Merry Christmas to all you beautiful people for this year. Not next year. Next year I'll be around to wish you guys Merry Christmas. You don't have insurance. Huh? You just can't trust these people on your mango tree, much less your gold, diamond, bauxite, and now your oil tree. They're bringing up your oil, James. Brothers and sisters, they're bringing up your oil. And we don't know nothing what they're doing. We don't know what they are taking out, what they are spending, what all Glenn Lall knew. I am seeing every day in the newspapers, and sometimes when I go to these consultation, presentation, all we hear and all I read is in the newspapers. All I see every day sometimes is our leaders begging for aid. Yeah. While Exxon is taking out hundreds of millions in American dollars every day on expenses and other costs that we don't know. We have no say over. For example, Joshua, listen to this one. ExxonMobil, them, already taken out 67 billion Guyana dollar for cleanup cost down the road. That 67 billion Guyana dollar is 335 million US. You didn't hear me, man. Them done the taking out 335 million US. And Guyana get 357 for 1 year. You don't hear what I say, man. You want me to repeat? 335 million American dollars, buddy. Them done the taking out for this year for cleanup. 30 years from now. Yeah. What a Guyana this is, man. Yes. They will take out that 30 years for cleanup. We Minister of Health, Frank Anthony, smiling behind his COVID mask, writing global fund, begging for under $2 million to help boost our hospitals with beds. You believe that? It's in today's newspaper. It's in the Guyana Chronicle and in the Guyana Times. Yes. Begging for equipment for the ICU units at the hospitals. Gosh. The minister begging for $2 million. While these people thieving 200 and 300 million American dollar every day of our wealth, our resources. And guess what, James? The minister is proud of that. Wow. Read it, man, in the papers. It in all the local newspapers. What a Guyana this is. Beggars. Morning, noon and night. And riggers day in, day out. Yes. Bleeders every minute. Every hour of Guyana. My Creator, please tell me something. Please tell this nation something. 335 million done come out for clean up, and Guyana get 357 in a whole year. More than a year, 2019 plus 2020 for 357. How them arrive at that figure? Mr. Jagdeo, Mr. Harmon, I really don't know. I don't think any Guyanese know how Exxon and the other oil people arrive at that figure. We don't know. Can Mr. Harmon or Jagdeo tell us something? That money is taken out every year, guys, for cleanup. That's one of the questions I asked ExxonMobil. And I asked them, whose hands that money sits in today? You know, I didn't get an answer for that.
No.
That money should have been in Guyana's bank book, not Exxon. 40 years from now, them walk away with that money. Who's going to clean up our seabed? Can somebody answer me?
Good question.
But they walk away with the money knowing who they are, right? And what they did to other countries. And what they're doing presently now in the Gulf of Mexico, their own country. Man. Guys, somebody need to tell me who does business like this. The cleanup money should have been in our pockets. We should have been the one to invest the money. Instead, our country, our leaders, our bleeders have ExxonMobil keeping that money. In reinvesting our money on the oil operations out there, in which they are receiving an interest rate on that loan, our loan money. Yeah? Man, are you really understand what I'm saying? We own money, them take and lend me back and making interest on it. When we should have been using that money to invest and make money. Hey guys? You know, I didn't tell you the cost for the cleanup of the Gulf of Mexico. You want to hear how much?
Yes, do tell.
Huh?
Do tell.
I didn't tell you. I'm only talking about the cost just for the decommissioning phase, not the money to clean up the place after the ball of fire with the pipeline break the other day. That's a separate money. I'm talking about when they walk away and sell the small oil basin to the small oil company to clean up those wells is over 7 billion American dollars.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That has nothing to do with the accident, you know. The accident is an unknown cost. To clean up, to fix those wells now that the judge ordered them to fix is over 7 billion American dollars. You guys didn't hear me, man. Will Guyana ever see 7 billion American dollars throughout our lifetime?
Doubt it.
I mean profit, you know.
Yeah.
I don't mean collect money. I mean profit. I doubt it myself. Yeah. That's one of the questions I asked today to the Exxon people. And of course, you don't want to hear the answer. But I did ask about insurance again. And like usual, he tried to dance around, mislead the entire gathering into making us believe that Exxon will take care of us. After all, your vice president said, he believe Exxon will take care of it. Mr. Jagdeo, you got to do better for the people of this country. You have to.
Stop dreaming.
You're not dreaming, he's not dreaming. Mr. Jagdeo, you are a very evil individual. You got to stop carrying Guyana down this road. This nation, and I told them today, that we are in great danger without an insurance. 7 billion American dollar, the Gulf of Mexico needs right now. The judge ordered Hess and Exxon to pitch in there. They are the ones who are running those wells, and they want to appeal. They don't want to pay. They believe that they are not supposed to pay because they sell the well to a small oil company and they should foot the bill. And that is only 7 billion, Mr. Jagdeo. And that's how, you know how long I'm talking about? 13 years now. 13 years now they walk away and sell those oil wells. Now, when we get our oil spill there, like the Gulf of Mexico in 1989 cost over 70 billion American dollars. British Petroleum had insurance. That's a British firm, had insurance. And the insurance company is still living, is still trying to solve that issue. An oil spill happened here. ExxonMobil and Hess running away from 7 billion. If 50 billion drop on Guyana, Jagdeo, you're not stupid. You're a very intelligent man. You have been a leader of this land. And I shudder to think, now all these things, this oil has kicked in. And we began seeing a different light today. I shudder to think what you did or what you were doing. You and your government, the opposition and their government, what you guys have been doing. I know many things what you guys were doing. You guys were busy fooling out your pocket. I know for sure. I got proof on these things. That many of the leaders in both administration just went in there to look after yourselves. But man, today is a different world. Today, this nation is filthy rich. Every citizen of this country deserves to live a good life. A life that is better than what the Americans, the Canadians, and the British living. So please, you guys can do better, and you have to do better. I will not stop. I will hold a protest every single day of my life until we correct all these wrongs that you guys are allowing the oil companies to perpetuate on we, the citizens of this country. And Mr. Jagdeo, you're the king, you're the leader of the PPP party, and you're the vice president. And everybody look up to you. I know that you runs this country. I see when you use a sentence or a word, how you got the entire party babbling, running with the same thing. I just saw that, and I keep saying that all the time. We are dealing with these oil people are a set of predators. They have destroyed many countries right across this land. And don't allow them to do it. You have the state media, and your friendly private media is not even reporting anything that's going on in the oil industry. Nothing good, of course, comes out. But at least you could say one too bad, man. Like the oil spill in the Gulf, that gas leak that happened recently. None of the media carry it. Only the Kaieteur News and Starbuck News and one two on online social thing. I didn't hear the critic while I run into saying nothing about that. That's not important. I don't know, like I'll choke him. Or I'll clip his tongue. Because the man is saying nothing. But I see you guys running to him. This other court case that we reported on, nobody's saying anything. Come on, man, you can't do that. You're hiding information from the media. And that's not fair. It's not fair. You're hiding information from the people of this country is doing a disservice, is deceitful. And the people of this land does not deserve that. No, they don't deserve that. So, you got to do better than that, man. All of you. Harmon, Granger, all of you. All of you gone quiet. Come on, don't do that to the people. Don't do that to the people of this country. We are already in too much danger. Our livelihoods are at stake. Please don't miss Monday night. I am coming Monday night, and I'm going to give you guys facts. You know, I got to share this story with you guys. I didn't want to tell you, but I need to tell you guys quickly. The GNBA, the authority sent me a letter, another letter. This time is not warning. Them said I received approval to publish the names of all the people who got radio license and have outstanding fees for the broadcast authority. We got a letter yesterday. They said that today, the names of the people who own radio license and didn't pay the fees, they will publish their name to embarrass them. So we're asking you, the letter said, we're asking you to settle your outstanding balance quickly before we embarrass you. Well, guys, you don't have to embarrass me. I want to embarrass myself. Can you imagine this, Guyana? The broadcasting authority threatening to embarrass the radio stations for not paying license fee. Guys, I know for sure that no radio station operating in this country is making money to even pay their light bills, much less their staff. And they are threatening us. Well, I don't know if they are threatening the rest. But I know them sending me that letter, Kaieteur Radio, to pay up or face embarrassment. You also have to know there's another fee, a frequency fee that radio license got to pay. In February of this year, they threatened to close this radio station down and demanded that I pay $2,442,000. If not, they will shut down the radio. That money was paid to the telecommunication agency. I had to pay it. I had to go in my own pocket to pay it. I was forced to pay that, although the radio station was not making money to pay even the employees. Now, GNBA wants their own fee. How can people survive in this country? The government have their agencies running after the ordinary small businesses and the big businesses and the media entities. They're running after the small taxpayers for taxes and fees, while all the foreign companies, Omai, Bosai, Rusal, Zinjin, the Hess Corporation, the CNOC, the ExxonMobils, does not pay any taxes whatsoever. We, the citizens of Guyana, have to pay all our taxes, all the licensing fees. Yes. And you, the ordinary Guyanese, who own everything in this land, the foreigners coming, yes, coming here, take it and don't pay nothing. And when we don't pay our taxes, they're ready to shut you down, or they're ready to send GRA to you, or take you to the court. This is Guyana, eh? I embarrass myself. Yeah, man. So if you guys wake up and don't hear the radio stations anymore, just know that is in the game plan of the government and the oil players. Is to shut every avenue of information out from your ears and your eyes. It's a news blackout. You guys don't know the fees. Let me tell you, in 2019, I had to pay $6,250,000 to GNBA. You hear me? Let me repeat, man. In 2019 up to 2020, I had to pay $6,250,000 to GNBA. From 2020 to 2021 is around the same thing. That's what they call the licensing fee. Guys, you know, 2019 nothing. I'm be very frank. The radio station doesn't make money to pay the light bills of the towers and the station, much less to pay the employees. But we're finding a way. We battle with it. Now they're telling you got to pay your fees. In America, the licensing fee for a year, one whole year licensing fee for a radio station is $4,000, which is $800,000. And Guyana wants $30,000 US, which is 6.2 million Guyana dollar. By the way, I checked the newspapers to see if they really embarrass us. But I didn't see anything. I think they get a change of heart to know that ExxonMobil and all the rest of the foreign companies in this country does not even pay a licensing fee. No taxes. So they must say, hey, you know what? Left our own brothers and sisters who are trying to educate our own people. That's what was going through my mind. I think they are beginning to feel that way because them themselves learning from what we are doing here on a daily basis. I can only think that's why they didn't punish us by publishing it in the media today. But we will wait and see. Maybe they're going to do it tomorrow. So before they do it, I tell you guys, we don't have money. No advertisements you get in. It's just music and talk shows and the news. All we're trying to do is sustain it from different angles, thief a little here, thief a little there, to get it going so that we can bring whatever we bring to you on a daily basis. That's what we keep the radio going. But the only thing I'm worried about is that Guyana, with the foreign online radio, is that all Guyana, the masses will not hear us. I'll try to see how we can get that done. It's still in the making. This way we don't have to pay a license fee. Online radio, you don't have to pay anything. I want to believe that everything you see happening, there's a sinister plan to silence media houses, media entities, just to keep the truth away from you people's ears and eyes. Because right now, a lot of things is being exposed. Things that even us as media people didn't know is slowly coming to the light. Please don't forget to listen to me Monday. We're learning so many things so fast. It nearly tripped my brain today at the Guyana again on the gas to energy project they're bringing here. There's a lot of skullduggery going on. This is why they are so silent. All the leaders are so silent. And the more they open their mouth, is the more the story jumping out, guys. It's so lovely. This is the reason why they're so silent. They're moving like a cat in the night. This in the stealth mode. You guys know how cats move in the night, man. Yes. This sanctity of contract. Sanctity of contract. The whole world keeps talking about this Exxon contract. It's all over the social media. It's all over Guyana. It's everything now. Everybody's talking about. Change the contract. Yes, change it. None of our leaders talking the word. And it begins with Jack Deo, the man who heads the oil sector. And it looks like it's going to end with him. Guys, it's important. What? I'm running so late? It's important to always keep this information in the open so you guys will understand why these leaders don't want to renegotiate this contract. Nothing stopping them. Nothing stopping them. But they're just not saying a word about renegotiation. Why? Let me ask this question. Are they benefiting personally from this ExxonMobil deal that makes them don't want to renegotiate this contract? Just think about that. And let's take these telephone calls. Man, I only wanted to talk for 10 minutes. But it went on too much. Let's take telephone calls.
Our telephone number for you to call us on this evening on the Glenn Lall Show is 226-7453 and 226-7454. Reminding you that you can call us on WhatsApp on 622-2222 as well. 226-7453 and 226-7454. Our very first call in the line this evening. Caller, good evening to you. Welcome to the Glenn Lall Show.
Good night.
Good night.
I would like to ask Mr. Glenlall if we can start off with and strike the whole country, strike upon these people. That's the only way I believe that they can understand it. Guyana people really serious about this thing. Unless they're going to keep on hiking, ducking, and dodging from them.
What is
Thank
it?
you, sir.
If you can start off with a strike, what do you think about that?
Yes, I am always, listen, a demonstration, a strike, a strength of force is always the way to wake up a country. But like I always say, my friend, we gotta have the people's support and backings. If you don't get them, then we're wasting our time. Right? What you have to do, what all of us have to do, we have to start sharing these information, these programs, and get people to understand. We're not dealing with too much of a smart society. I can tell you this because I have been in the newspaper business, the news business 27 years. You know, we have been talking so much. Look, this consultation today that is going on, and nobody turning up. Just a few of us turn up there today, and the entire Guyana is invited. So if you don't turn up to listen, to understand, to know what's taking place, you think you will get anybody to come out here, bro? You know, after I left that Guyana, I went outside and I saw a few, about 10 people with placards. I joined them because this morning a friend put 50 chairs in front of Kaieteur News, empty chairs with placards that says renegotiate the contract. The entire traffic driving slowly, blowing their hands saying yes, yes, yes. All you hear is yes, yes. You think you're going to get them to come and join a protest? Unless people feel the heat, my brother, my sisters, they will not come out. And that's the dilemma. That's the thing that happens to many African and third world countries. That's why they're in the predicament in which they live.
Caller, good evening to you. Go ahead.
God, namaste, my brother.
Namaste.
I'm your style.
Thank you.
Namaste.
My brother, listen to me. We have to put pressure. I am suggesting that one day in a week, we must shut down the country. It is time. If we wait, this pumping, the pumping, a lot of flood is going to come. And the biggest one to come is when the earthquake jam. Who's going to take us out? We're too late. Come on, let me do something now. Hello?
I hear you loud and clear.
You have nothing coming. 300 million United States dollar given to Guyana to stop AIDS. Who really is protecting? The people who come into this isle, they are not working with their wife or their girlfriend. No way. Is the Guyanese woman are going to have to fulfill that promises. And they're the one going to suffer. Next, when they left, the man them going to pick up condom in the street. My brother, if you don't do it, we are going to die. Hungry belly. Mm-hmm. Thanks, my brother.
Thank you. Welcome. That $300 million you talk about is 1.5 million American dollars. They lend to help sustain the fight against AIDS. So that's not 300 million US, 1.5 million.
Good.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Good evening to you, caller. Welcome to the Glenn Lall Show.
Yeah, good night, Carl from Bobby.
Yes, sir.
These politics have the need to kill out. They make no sense to the people to serve in Guyana.
I hear you. What you guys have to start doing is the same way I am watching them in their face and telling them what they're doing is wrong. You guys got to start telling them they're wrong. I heard President Ali went to Barbados, and when he met with a group of people, and when one resident asked him what the interest rate Guyana is paying on the 20 billion American dollars out there, he turned and tell the man, "Oh, you listening to the Glenn Lall show? We have the answers to all these questions." I've asked over 100 questions in the last 3 months, right on this program, and I haven't heard a single answer from a single politician in this land today. Look, a simple one I asked since last week: how much they sell the oil for to India? 1 week has gone. They promised to put out a statement, and we didn't get that. So that's another question you can add to your list when you see them. How much y'all sell this oil for? It's our oil. We must know. My friend, if they jit us $2, if they jit us $3 per barrel, 1 million barrel, a 3 million American dollar going in somebody's pocket. Why are you taking a week? Why are you taking a week to tell us? What are you planning? What are you cooking up? You understand what I'm saying, guys? You should not take a week to tell us that. That is news, that is information. We must know. And guess what? The opposition silent on it too. The Kaieteur News reporting on these things, and the opposition, Mr. Harmon, is he around? Are you better find out if the man in this country? Paul Granger?
Caller, good evening. Welcome down.
Hi, hello, good night, everyone.
Good end.
Mr. Glenn Lall,
Go ahead.
I know what you is doing. You can do more than that. And I think it hardly that we could ask you a question.
Yes.
Because the information is well said, and we thank you for those information. And even if they shut you down, whatever you have already told us, we know what is those leader agenda. When they tell you one truth, 50 lies they're behind it.
Hold on the line. I only hope, I doubt that can happen. I doubt that can happen. That can't shut me down. But if they come after me in any way, shape or form, then I will see what the Guyanese people have learned and what support Glenn Lall has. Then I will know.
Okay. And this other thing.
Yeah.
Who is the minister that's looking after resource? Who is he? What is his name?
His name is Vikram Bharat. He used to be a headmaster.
I think, well, that minister supposed to, the no confidence supposed to go to him.
My friend, some of these people should not even be an assistant to a minister of this country, much less a minister. Can you think for a moment, fathom for a second, that a headmaster you put in charge of your natural resources of a country? Man, something gotta be wrong with the leaders, the people of this country, man, to accept these this is not even madness, you know. I would not even bring a headmaster to work with me here to do a little clerk work. All they know to do is teach. You ask them, wait, the man was asked, the Vikram Bharat was asked about the different gases coming up there from an environmentalist. and he didn't know.
The question is technical in nature.
The matter of fact, yes, he said that question is technical in nature. So there you go, you know, you put a man who can't even pick banana, a bunch of banana from a banana tree to run the biggest oil company in the world today. You know, see something is wrong, man?
Exactly.
And like I always said, you have a man, Ramson, who is a minister too. He has a 2-year, he went to England, left Parliament, went to England, did a 2-year study on oil and gas. He come back, go back into the party, and I got him on playing around doors. He's a sports minister, kicking ball. You hear that?
Yeah.
So you got to read through the line and see what's going on. All of these things.
And next thing that is amazed me, all those money you all got to pay for those broadcasting, all those money, and the foreigner in paying anything.
That's right.
It's shocking.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's
Okay,
right.
thank you, and I want to thank you again for these information, man.
Send me pictures, send me photographs, demanding a change in the contracts, man.
Yes.
Are you sending them in?
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Yeah. You gotta have these people. Go ahead, James, take the thing.
Again, what I'm saying, right? It's sad to see with everything that you're doing on the radio, you know, I mean, trying to educate us as the Guyanese people, right? And it's like, this is the question I'm wrestling here with, baffled, that me baffled. Is either we don't care, or we just stupid. One of the two. Sorry to say so. I try to figure out which one it is.
No, you know, not that the people doesn't care. It's a complex issue, and you have to break it down very small for them to understand. You know, as a matter of fact, I end my participation at the EPA today, right? Very, very beautiful. I could tell you guys, man. A young man asked a question to the ExxonMobil people, and he skirted around the question. So I just took the mic and I said, young man, he danced the question around. But let me explain let me answer the question for you. And I'll tell you guys Monday. You know, and I put the mic, I tell him thanks, and I leave. So you understand? And you were there. Yeah. I'm happy that you were there. Yes, right? So you heard me. Yeah. That I answered the question for the guy. And ExxonMobil didn't dance around. As usual.
Caller, good evening. Welcome to the Glenn Lall Show.
Good night, gentlemen. Good night, Glenn. Good night, Pangla.
Good night.
Good night.
Our leaders are busy. I don't think you see ExxonMobil staff walking around Georgetown. From the airport, they go into the taxi, and from the taxi they go straight to the new fancy hotel. From the fancy hotel, another taxi takes them to the airport. When they take a helicopter ride, a tax-free helicopter ride out to the oil rig, where they work their tax-free thousands of US dollars, and they never step foot in the town of Georgetown with ordinary Guyanese. Our ordinary Guyanese folks are being robbed in the stock market, broad daylight. Everybody sees them. And between me and you, it's only one set of people getting robbed in the bright daylight in the stock market. Everybody knows who's doing the robbery, and everybody knows who's getting robbed. Right?
Well, hold on the line, please. Thief men anywhere, any neighborhood, any area, the neighborhood does know who they are. Like once I was in charge of the Stabrook neighborhood, and every thief, if they recruit one tomorrow, the next day Glenn Lall know, the whole market know. Glenn Lall is no force, and from the time you spot them, we say, come here, you come, I need you there. So yes, the neighborhood does know who they are.
Glenn, I was.
But let me wait. You know who they are, but it takes a lot of guts for a neighborhood to stand up against them.
No, Glenn.
Glen Lall was the only one who lead the Stabroek Market area
Glenn,
30 years ago.
That is not
Me
the job
alone.
of civilians, Glenn.
The only stallholder stood up against all the thieves in and around Stabroek Market.
Glenn, but that is not how law enforcement operates, Glenn. That is not the job of civilians to do that. All you need is one undercover, all you need is one plainclothes detective, and shoot these people dead when they rob people in the Stabroek bases. Shoot them dead, Glenn.
You're crazy. All right. You're going a little crazy.
I'm not crazy, Glenn. I was there today, and two of these guys were following. Two of them following this one. The stalwart told me to look. They're going to rob somebody.
My friend.
Two of them walking behind this person.
My friend.
Yeah.
Calm down. Thievery happens all over the world. You can't just shoot people like that.
But it's not the solution. You gotta find what is
You can't shoot it. You gotta find out the issue.
What make people going on?
Exactly why people snatching empty handbags.
I agree with you. The people are snatching because the government is robbing the people of their.
Well, that is. Well, wait, sir, hold. That is where you have to focus your energy. The people who are the creators of these type of lawlessness and thievery. If these people get their fair share, my friend,
You have no need to be doing that.
my fellow, my caller, you would not have these people running after these people wanting to rob them.
Of course.
So you need to get that right.
Okay.
Thieves are all over, bro.
Yeah.
Trust me. If I have my grandchildren and they're going hungry, and I don't have to feed them,
You have to rob.
and you are my neighbor, you have. Trust me, I jump in your fence,
Of course.
and I'll take it by hook or crook.
But Glenn, every.
Now
I need-
wait, sir. Should I be shot and killed? I ask you a question. Should I be shot and killed?
No, you shouldn't be robbing your fellow citizens who are poor like you. You should go rob the leaders who are thieving the money.
Well, the people, hold on. The leaders don't walk in the street.
You don't get
Like them.
party bodyguards around them.
They have 50 bodyguards. So who are they going to rob? They got to take home food for the children.
No, go and rob their family. Their family don't have security guards with them.
No, man. I don't agree with you. Thank you, though.
But
Don't
hold on a
agree with
second. Every single Guyanese as of now owns 14,000 barrels of oil. You understand? When you divide the number of barrels of oil this country has, right? Every single Guyanese citizen owns 14,000 barrels of oil. Right? We are the second per capita in the world behind Kuwait with the number of barrels of oil we people own. So if we don't fight for our oil, we're gonna be fighting our brothers and sisters and killing them and thieving empty bags from them.
That's what the leaders, that's what the people need to understand. That's what they need to understand. However you arrive at 14,000, you would have to send me the mathematics.
12 billion barrels of oil divided by 50,000, 12 billion barrels of oil, proven reserve, Exxon 9 and the 3 from Army.
Because I believe that figure that those oil companies giving Guyana is fake.
I agree.
They
with
will
you.
never tell us the
We're
truth.
using them figures. We're using their figures for now.
Man, let me tell you something, man. Thief man don't tell truth.
Of course they don't. Because they, like you said, they're fooling the ship, Palestine and other thing, and
Exactly. If thief man tell you the truth, they can't thief.
Now, if you sell the whole mango tree to the man will tell you how much mango you pick from the tree.
No.
You been watching?
No. Especially if we got a side packet on the bag.
Of course. Right? Yeah. You got nobody. You have put nobody for counter man. You don't put nobody for counter man with the man picker, and he gonna tell you pick 100.
Yes.
How much he gonna pick? He gonna tell you 100 pick.
He's one of the prophet.
Exactly.
And our leaders wants us to believe that the oil people are saints and prophets from above. Them come to save we.
They want to keep us stupid because they're going to get in a share of all the extra mango that they tell me about it. Right?
Thank you, sir.
Have a good night. All
Thanks. Yeah, they're our savior, man. They're gonna come to save Guyana. Yeah. Any project we take a good. It's Friday evening, Joshua.
It's Friday evening.
It's Friday evening, Joshua, and it's 8:30, right?
8:30.
Guys, we'll take one more call. Somebody gonna give us one call. Tell us
Final
good night.
call for this
Tell
evening.
us-
You're lucky. Good evening. Take us out.
Hello?
Good night, sir.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, good night to you and your panel, Mr. Lall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just want to ask you two questions. You
Go
hearing
ahead.
me, Mr. Glenn?
Yes, loud and clear. Go ahead.
Is it that somebody get a call that my creator, you gotta get money for go beside you there in heaven?
Stay on the line. Stay on the line. Stay on the line. Don't go. Stay on the line, please.
Because it looked like you gotta get money to go to heaven. Everybody running behind money, Mr. Glenn. My father don't want no money beside he there.
I hear you. My creator doesn't want nothing from me. A matter of fact, I know that my creator has to give me. I don't know I have to give him anything.
Well, this how these politicians operate. Like everybody just like you gotta get. So if you gotta get money to go to heaven, well, it's best I start killing and robbing and things and get money for go to.
You raise a beautiful question there. I wish if the world can think like me and you, but these guys just thinking for themselves. They believe that the creator wants money.
Yeah.
So they all live for money. Only money, only money, only money.
Here what they do now. Here how they use in their head now. They're sending some tractors for me Armenian brothers and sisters in there. For bribe them for say yes, they're doing good. The president doing good and this and that. Tractor, me want tractor. I should have been there to send back the tractor to them. Make right meeting, I want meeting body. Me want no tractor. Don't feel these Armenian people as idiots now. All the idiots want them dead out.
I hear you loud and clear, and I agree with you.
Why go do a tractor? Eh?
That's
5% are doing good.
That's the mentality.
They still owe me yet. Then even start giving me quarter, me share. And me brothers and sisters, Armenian brothers and sisters out there to sit down and they say nothing to. Eh?
Exactly.
But they don't realize that we were the very first people here that we have to stand up to be right to. Eh? All of them are just silent.
Well,
The
you see,
Schumann and all of them and the Hillman, I don't know, all of them were there as Armenian leaders. Them is saying nothing to Mr. Glenn.
one second. This thing has been like a mantra in this country, my friend. This is the politicians' mentality from since Barnum and Jagan days. They still have that mentality on to now. Well, we have to make sure that this is my constituency. This is my people. I got to make sure, give them copper tractor. I got to, and left them like beggars. The country, the citizens of this country live. They believe that they should be beggars from generations after generation, my friend. And that's all we do. We see them like that. We see them like beggars. I always listen to this story, man. I always like to tell this story. I have never, ever asked a single politician for the last 30 years a single favor. I told President Jagdeo once in 2006, I said, boy, you ever meet a citizen like Glenn Lall? I said, me and you just talk 3-4 times a week on the phone. Me and you just meet up 3-4 times a month at functions, various functions. I said, have I ever asked you one single favor? He shook his head and looked at me and said, he couldn't answer me. I said, you know why? Because you, Bharat Jagdeo, doesn't own anything in his life. Down to the shirt and pants you're wearing, God Almighty owns it. And he looked at me. I said, well, that's the reason why I never ask you for anything. Because if you don't own anything, you can't give me anything. I said, what is for me in this life? You can't even take it to. I told him that's in 2006.
And another thing again. If they know that what you're saying is wrong, right? If I know Mr. Glenn, I'm talking something bad about me, I don't go from face to face and say, Mr. Glenn, you're talking bad about me. And so, but they're not saying anything. They're not coming on to the radio and saying, Mr. Glenn, you're talking bad. So that means it's true what you're saying.
Man, what kind of word me hear from you now, man? I thought you were intelligent, man. You can't tell me what Mr. Lall, you think the truth you're saying. What kind of thing me hear from you two? You gotta make your mind up, man. You gotta make your mind up whether you're listening to the truth or you're hoping you're listening to the truth. Make up your mind too.
All right, Mr.
Got you. Well, you tell me about you for me this. You hurt my feelings, man.
No. You see, it's only you talking, Mr. Glenn.
My friend, when you're dealing with intelligent people, and you talking truth, trust me, nobody can refute facts, bro.
Yeah, well, because them ain't coming and saying nothing for themselves.
What can they say? How?
Because
let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you a very simple question. Your wife catch you red-handed, and she about. You could say anything? You didn't answer me, man.
No, come again.
I'm saying your wife catch you red-handed. What can you tell she? Have a good night.
I can't tell you nothing.
Have a good night.
All right, good, sir.
I love you.
Have a great evening, friend.
God bless you. And let me leave you guys with this. Today, at the end of that program, I walked out the Humanayana. And I know even the ExxonMobil people them there wants to give us a better contract. Good night. Have a great weekend and God bless you guys all.
Bye-bye.
Join me Monday night.
See you.